Sometimes there's not a good answer, but I'm expected to come out with the answer. So I research it a lot and make the best decision, and we go. We screw up, go back and do it again. So that's what I like about it. Long answer for a little tiny question.
That's great. So how do we doing what we do, we're bloggers, we are on social media, we're on, how do you see, or do you see, I guess, like those worlds merging, the family searching and the social media and making it real time and like...
There's one guy that's in the organization that's really into social media, and he's always trying to somehow get social media and go in there. The thing I'm not convinced of yet, personally, we have connections, but they're very small connections. I just don't see 20 and 30-year-olds so excited about family history that they want to post something about their great-grandparent to all their friends. Because their friends are like, gag me with a spoon.
I'd like to tell the grandchildren that are on there. I wouldn't share it easily with my grandkids.
Sure.
Like the Shraberty brothers said, it's the millennials that are kind of not my deal, but the younger kids, and they're on social media too.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just wondering if there's...
My daughter was actually yelling about me about that after I did. Dad, you have got to get more of this stuff on social media.
I'm just wondering, like, if there's a, like, I know with some of the, and I don't know everything about all the different family search and everything and stuff, but, like, just, I think, like, we live in such an instant world.
Right.
Where it's like, what if, and you could pick or choose whether or not you wanted your profile. If someone stumbles upon it and it's like, we had the same great grandma, they could click on your social media and, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I know with someone, like, you can send a message and it stays with you.
We've actually had conversations of having public profiles for users.
Yeah.
So we haven't done it yet, but certainly if we do that, then they could post their Instagram and stuff like that on there.
I just think that would be a way to make it kind of real time, where you can be like, okay, I want to go see this person right now that we...
Well, actually, we're trying we have new people in the Discovery Center, and we're trying to work together so that we make the stuff that happens in the Discovery Center available on the website. We'd like to do that. Because we think beginners, that's a good way to really get started. Things that John was saying. Yeah. We are working on trying to be able to allow a person to import into memories, Facebook or Instagram things, into their memories gallery, so then they could turn around and attach it on people and things like that if they want to. Yeah. I worry about, because they Instagram everything, right? Eating the mic, chewing a candy bar, standing here, look at my hair, and there becomes something different when you say, what do you want to leave for your posterity? What about you do you want your fourth generation, the grandkid, to know about you? You think of very different things. We actually went around and did research, went around and asked everybody, what would you put on your account? What would you put on your account, right? If you could put any source or memory or whatever on your living person, what would you put on? And they say, I'd put my sources, they think all very genealogy. And then we turn around and say, okay, what do you wish that your great-grandfather had left behind? And they say, stories and pictures and their experiences. And I says, what do you think your fourth great-grandchild would want to know? Because you're lost 4 generations, and okay, now what do you want? And all of a sudden they say, I'd write the story about when I lost my husband to cancer, or when I had this struggle, or I had this great experience at Disneyland, or bonded my family and we hated each other before. That's the kind of stuff they want to write. So how do I get that kind of stuff coming out of Instagram? Unclear.
Hashtag. And I was like a hashtag hater, but I love the idea of like just for a personal thing, and it seems like somebody once upon a time was saying that, like, throughout your feed, like if you're posting day to day on Instagram, you choose what hashtags you use that pulls in.
Well, that's very interesting. Maybe we can do, my heritage or my legacy.
Hashtag Nate and Jen's family, then when I'm importing it, it just pulls, and if you have to set one to make it easier than that brand or that kind of stuff, then it's like you could care less.
Yeah, that's a good, I like that idea. It does.
My grandchildren use the internet. Use the round quick grill.
Sure. But you don't need to know that they had 3 pieces of bacon instead of 2, or every morning I
If
had
it's
this.
bacon or chocolate, it's gotta be.
Chocolate for sure.
I was gonna say chocolate covered bacon, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that thing. You know, I don't. They put donuts, you know, and they put bacon on it. It's like I just looking at it, I'm going. Ugh. People say, no, it's really good. I'm not trying it.
And I was going to say the way Instagram is with videos and all that stuff now, you can have their voice on video. It's like, I'd like to hear my great-great-grandmother's voice, or I don't know what she sounded like. So I think nowadays with the technology, you can tell your story.
Yeah,
It's not written down, and I can see the emotion in her face telling a story.
Well, we'd love to do video. Right now, it's a little tough for us, and it's not because we don't know how, and it's not because of the technology. It's not even because of the money. She says, we will store anything that he puts on, because we are very serious about preservation. You know, we preserve probably a terabyte of data every day. Okay, we're never going to get rid of it, right? And so we don't care about what it costs to do that, because it has to be around forever. The problem is, bad things can come in a video, inappropriate, filthy things, and the church that owns FamilySearch.org has to be careful that that kind of stuff doesn't get out. We haven't figured out a way to screen video so that we can cut that off. We're trying to figure out a way. We're looking at maybe taking stills every 30 seconds and then sending it. We have a process today. We actually pay a company to look at every video, every picture that's uploaded gets examined. We do Mechanical Turk, and we have another company that looks at it for inappropriate content. YouTube doesn't care. They just wait for people to say it's bad.
So they want the end user to complain.
Yeah, and we did. By the way, we did that for audio. We, as a trial, we put audio out without previewing the audio, and it's been okay. But there have been even in images, there's been inappropriate images trying to push out.
That's the hard thing, I think, anytime you're dealing with the church's campaign at Christmas, and they had that Like the World hashtag that they wanted out, and so people immediately who were anti, they used that, and so I can see why you have to worry. There are people who are going to try to get that negativity out.
And all they want to do is have some of that bad stuff show up on FamilySearch, then they just advertise it and say, see what's out there, and then it's bad press.
The subject of social media for a second.
Okay.
I love the family tree, but there are a lot of people who don't or are very nervous about it.
Yes.
Whether it's because they don't want anybody else to be able to change it, or they've got bad ideas of trees from the others. So have you got an elevator pitch, quick argument that you can convince them that it's a good idea to use?
First, I don't know if I have a quick elevator pitch. You can get pieces out of this, I guess. I understand. I want them to know I understand. This is a very personal, but at the same time, if you went to any one of these people and said, I have a new source that's about one of your ancestors, what are they going to do? Gimme. Say, but if I say I want to change the birth date of your uncle, they go away. So what's very interesting is if you provide them information, they want it, and they'll take it as fast as you can get it. But they don't want you to change anything. I get it. So what I say to them is, that's why we partner. That's why we partner with other products like Roots Magic and Ancestral Quest and Legacy, Ancestry, blah, blah, blah. So you can have your own family search. I'd really like them to contribute to family search. But I can also say that, 10 years ago, everybody said Wikipedia was going to have nothing but junk. Okay? And now it's taken Wikipedia 10 years. But at the end of 10 years now, that's what kids are taught to go through at college. Okay? And what's the difference? Wikipedia is just as open-ended as Family Tree. The difference is over time, the people learned to get along, behave, do the right thing. This has only been out for 3 years. We're getting into our 4th year. So it's really early. And to be honest with you, the tree started out kind of dirty. We threw it all together and put a computer in the middle and mixed it all up, right? And computers are not as smart as people think they are. I know it. Most people don't. And now we're just cleaning it up. That's the reason why we had to go to open-ended, because you couldn't clean it up. People forget New Family Search. New Family Search was built so that we share our stuff, but nobody could touch your stuff. And all it did was cause frustration, because you saw stuff up there that was wrong and you couldn't fix it. So all I say is I understand. Keep your copy. Share it with FamilySearch, and then when you feel comfortable, we're going to put more impedance. I call it impedance. They don't like me to use impedance, but I want to make it so that the data gets better and bad data doesn't get there. And that'll come over time. And we're going to experiment. We're going to try different ways to block bad data. Like, for instance, it's interesting. We added data problems, little red exclamation mark. People are animals about that. We put that up there that says, hey, the birth is before the death, or this mother would die before the kid was born. They went nuts crawling all over the tree, cleaning all that stuff up. What does that tell me? They want to do it. They want to do it. And there's not that many who actually come up and mess a tree. And I'll also tell you, nothing is lost, ever, right? We have record of everything that's happened to that person, and you can undo any of the pieces that got messed up. So I understand. Be patient. Keep checking us out. I'm figuring another, I don't know how long it'll take, 5 years maybe, and then pretty soon Family Tree will be like the place you go. But I'll tell you this, there's no place else you're going to go where you can know that your tree is going to be around in 100 years. No place else. So at the very least, put your stuff, that's why Steve Rockwood invited this morning, put your stuff on genealogies. We'll make sure it's there 100 years from now. Okay. Thank you. Hey, thank you very much.